Every day, millions of people wake up to move, to work, to buy, to sell, to survive. We call it the rhythm of modern life. But sometimes, it feels more like a treadmill, faster every year, but going nowhere new. The weather changes, the stations pass, the train keeps moving, but we forgot to ask, who's driving it? We built a system called capitalism, the idea that effort, creativity, and risk could bring prosperity. And in theory, it's beautiful, a system where merit replaces privilege, where innovation replaces stagnation, where exchange replaces conquest. But somewhere between the stock exchange and the supermarket, something sacred was lost. Capitalism was never the enemy. Greed was. The idea was simple, that value should emerge from contribution, that the baker, the builder, the doctor, each one, by serving others, could prosper. But we turned prosperity into possession, and possession into power. We stopped trading goods and started trading lives. The problem isn't capitalism itself, it's that we applied it without ethics, without limits, without soul. When this system begins to fail, some whisper the old promises of socialism and communism, a world of equality, a society without hunger, without rich, without poor, a noble dream until you read the fine print. Because when everyone owns everything, no one owns responsibility, and when the government owns morality, freedom becomes a privilege. Socialism tried to fix greed by removing ownership, but it forgot that generosity only exists when giving is voluntary. Communism tried to create equality, but it often produced obedience instead. The truth is, we don't need a new ideology. We need an old conscience. If you read the scriptures, you'll find that the idea of fair trade, of value, of wealth with purpose is ancient. Older than Adam Smith, older than banks. In Islam, the Quran says, "Give full measure and weight in justice." 6:152. It doesn't forbid wealth, it forbids exploitation. Trade is holy, but dishonesty is sin. In Christianity, Jesus didn't condemn the rich. He condemned those who worshipped gold more than God. The problem wasn't coins, it was priorities. In Hinduism, wealth artha is one of the four noble goals of life, but only if balanced with virtue dhamma. In Buddhism, the middle path teaches not rejection of wealth, but detachment from greed. But nowhere is this balance clearer than in Judaism, a tradition that built a moral economy before there were banks. In Judaism, money isn't evil, it's a tool, a test, and sometimes even a mitzvah. Let's remember a few ancient lessons. Tzedakah, giving is obligation, not charity, but justice. You don't give because you're generous. You give because it's right. Low talent, don't delay a worker's wage, you pay the same day because someone's dignity depends on it. Shemitah, the sabbatical year. Every 7 years, debts are forgiven and the land rests. Because the earth doesn't belong to us, we are its guests. Pia, leave the corners of your field. Even in your success, leave space for others to survive. Lashon Hara, the ethics of speech. Don't destroy a reputation for profit. Even words can become currency. Low Takmod, you shall not covet. The ultimate antidote to consumerism. You don't own peace by buying it. You own it by stopping the race. Judaism never rejected wealth, it sanctified it. It said, if you must build a world of exchange, build it on justice, compassion, and restraint. But our capitalism forgot the seventh day. It works without rest, consumes without pause, and treats people like the products they sell. We say time is money, but maybe money stole our time. Our ancestors built markets to serve people. We built people to serve markets. That's not capitalism, that's idolatry, the worship of endless growth, a new golden calf made of screens and numbers. Imagine capitalism as it was meant to be, not a battlefield, but a covenant. A system where success demands generosity, where innovation requires empathy, where the measure of profit isn't accumulation, but contribution. In the Torah, Abraham becomes rich, but every blessing he receives, he shares. In Islam, zakat cleanses wealth, because what you keep too tightly begins to rot. Even in Buddhism, the merchant is not condemned, he's reminded that value means service. Maybe the question isn't whether capitalism is right or wrong, maybe it's whether we still remember what it was for. The train keeps moving. The stations pass. The advertisements tell us what happiness looks like. But perhaps we've reached the wrong stop. Capitalism was meant to build, not consume itself. To create value, not vanity. The scriptures already gave us the formula. Trade with justice, earn with honesty, share with compassion. Maybe it's time to stop blaming the system and start rebuilding its soul.